If you've had a hamshack for any period of time, you know you're never really quite satisfied with the way you've got it set up and you're always wanting to rearrange. Well, let me show you how I rearranged my furniture in my hamshack. Might give you some good ideas. So stick around. Hey, Steve here, K4SRF. I'm going to go ahead and redo my hamshack. I got tired of the way it's set up. So without talking about it too much further, let's just go ahead and jump into this project. Now, if you're like me, every now and then you want to shake things up and rearrange your hamshack. And, this could be a burdensome thing, kind of stressful, but I've reached the point where I want to redo this hamshack completely as far as the desk itself goes and all my equipment and everything. What I did was I purchased some furniture. The furniture I purchased, I got it off of Amazon, and it was not the least expensive, but it wasn't the most expensive furniture. But I think it's going to do nicely. But what I like to do is I'd like to go ahead and show you the hamshack as it exists now. Then I'm going to go through the assembly of what I've purchased, and then finally I'll show you what the hamshack looks like after the final makeover is complete. So let me go ahead and show you my hamshack as it is now, and then we'll go through the whole process of redoing this room together. Well, this is a view of my hamshack as it is right now, and as you can see, it's a little bit cluttered. I've got quite a bit of equipment here. May not have as much as some of my other fellow ham operators, but I've got quite a bit of equipment here stashed on this office furniture, this desk here. And this was recently made over. I did it back last year around, probably the beginning of summer, and tried to organize as best I could, but I'm not pleased with it. I want to make it a little bit more organized and a little less cluttered. Okay, here's another close-up of my shack here, the part of the desk here. As you can see, I've got several mobile radios here. I've got 4 mobile radios here. My HF rig. I've got an antenna tuner, another SWR watt meter. I've got over to the right of the screen, I've got another container or shelf, that is, if you want to say. That's got the my HF mic on it, HF rig mic. Got some other shelves that has battery supply unit, my keyers, my Morse code keyers. On top of that, I have got my 2 monitors here for a computer that's underneath the desk, and it's actually used for when I do some DXing. I've got my logbooks that's on the screen right now, but it's got dual purposes. I use one of it to one side of the monitor for serving the net for stuff, and the other side I have is an extension to my security camera system that I've got outside. Above that on the wall is my Geochron time or world time clock there. So I need to just declutter some of this, kind of spread it out, and see if I can just make this a little bit more organized. This is another reason I want to redo this hamshack, is the clutter of these HTs here. I've got, I don't know, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I've got about 10 or 12 HTs here, all taking up too much space. If I can get these primarily off this desk and up out of the way, but still accessible, it'd make me a happy camper, and it just makes the shack look a lot better here. Okay, what I'm going to do is take that hutch and I'm going to place it on this desk. This desk is 5 foot long. The hutch is 60 inches wide, or 60 inches long, 5 feet. It fits perfectly on this desk, and what I'm going to do is take the existing equipment off this desk. The printer will be moved over to the other end of the desk there, the other side of this desk. I am not sure exactly where I'm going to put my security system. It'll probably stay here. If not, I can move it to that side. I've got plenty of cable to do that. The biggest thing is the hutch will fit here. I will be able to put my existing radios into the hutch area, including my 2 monitors over on the other side of the desk, along with the computer will be underneath this desk then. It's going to take some makeover, some time to do this. The radios themselves, the mobile radios, will fit into the individual slots, or at least underneath them. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to mount those. I'm trying to find a way, I'm trying to come up with a way to mount them where I don't really damage the hutch too much. Now, I'm going to go ahead, like I said, the radios are going to be mounted there. I am going to drill small 1.5-inch holes in the back of the hutch, put some sort of grommet, like the grommets you'd see on a desk for computer cables and everything to run through, just to make it look neater. I will mount the mobile units into that hutch itself. The bottom will still have room for my HF rig, the antenna tuner, and the existing peripherals that go with that particular rig. Now, the biggest thing is to get these HTs off this desk. The hutch is 3 foot high, which should bring it to right about here. Gives me enough room where I can reach and put them into the charging cradles. The back of the hutch is going to have a charging unit for these units themselves, for the wall warts that go with these charging units. So that'll be out of the way and up and out of the way. But the biggest thing is to get these off of this table here, up high enough, out of the way, still accessible, and look a little bit neater as well. Also, the hutch does have a little cabinet area, which I've got a couple of iPads here. I'll probably stash iPads and some other stuff into that little hutch area as well. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't just decide to put the hutch on the other desk where the existing radios are, the fact that that particular section of desk is only 4 foot long. So being 4 foot long, hutch is 5 foot long, obviously it's not going to fit. I didn't feel like, to be honest with you, I did not feel like swapping the two ends out here. This section of furniture is it comes in 3 sections. I was not in the mood to undo all the wiring and to swap these desks out. We were talking about a major room movement. And besides that, the biggest killer of the deal was the fact that the hutch being 3 foot high. You saw the Geocron world clock up on the wall behind the radios and everything. If that hutch were placed on that desk, it would go and block at least 1/4 of the Geocron world clock, and I didn't want that. I want the whole clock to be visible, and I wasn't going to take that clock down, move the wall mount, do all the wiring. That's just creating more problems than it's worth, and easiest thing is to put it here. And besides that, with the radios over here, all my coax cables, including all the network cables come in for the security system, are on this wall here. They come through this wall here. So it makes a lot more sense, instead of trying to run a whole batch of cables around the room to this side over here, to just go ahead and keep things localized right here. It makes it a lot neater. I'm going to organize the wires better, and I can still get behind this desk. I still have about 2.5 foot. The desk is 2.5 feet from the wall, so I can walk around it. I can also get to a window over here and get to behind here if I need to work on any cable management or anything at all. So it just makes more sense to put it here. What's on the wall here will come down. I'll remove that and put it somewhere else. It just makes more sense here, and hopefully we'll just see how this is going to work out. Okay, after 14 hours of continuous work, I finally finished my project. I got the hutch put together, installed, and all the equipment moved. Now, what you're looking at here is where the equipment was previously. If you can remember or go back into the video, it's a little bit cluttered, thrown together, and I just wasn't happy with the way it looked. And I think I may have made a good choice by getting this hutch. So what I did was I moved my printer from the other side and my security camera monitor and all that equipment from the other side to here. The 2 radios you see are my everyday radios that I carry with me. That's my Unication G5 pager and the Motorola R7 radio. Of course, you see the Geocron world map on the back here. So let's just go ahead, and I left obviously the computer and my laptop and all that stuff. I left that where it was. It was not in the way. Now here, coming up on this, is the hutch and how it looks with all the equipment I've got now. Now, as you can see, I'm going to step into here. I've got all of my handheld radios are here. They're all neatly, the power supply, here's the power supply here, or actually a power strip of some sort. They're all powered up from behind. All that stuff's out of the way, not visible anymore, and off the ground. All my radios are right here. Got my 3 hotspots mounted here, and I turn those on easily just by reaching up there and turn them on. They're on and up and out of the way. Over here I've got 2 radios. I don't think you can see it, but in the back 2 more handheld radios. Got my keyers here, all my keyers here. Right here is kind of like a catch-all right now. I haven't really straightened that up. I'm just throwing a whole bunch of stuff in there until I figure out where I want to put that. Everybody's got to have a catch-all. Got my hamshack hotline phone here. Over here I've got my monitors. Got my power supply right here. A couple of iPads I need. Over here I've got my HF, my ICOM 7300. I've got my antenna tuner down here, microphone. Right here I've got, starting from this side, I've got my Uniden SDS 200 scanner. I've got my base unit from my Icon 7100, which is right here, located here in between the monitors, out of the way. Nice place for it. Got right here total of 3 VHF UHF radios. I keep them on separate frequencies so I can have more than just monitoring 2 frequencies. I can actually monitor 4 frequencies at one time, actually 6 frequencies at one time if I need to. So let me just go ahead and show you the rear of this unit here and show you how I did the wires. I've still got some work to do. I've still got a little bit of tidying up to do. As soon as I get that done, this room will be completely and finished, hopefully, unless I decide to go back and redo something. So let me go ahead and show you the back of this unit here. Okay, I've got some wire issues here. I still need to tidy up a little bit just to do some finishing touches up. But this is on the back of the hutch, and you can see all the wires coming out of the back of the hutch for the radios themselves. The floor still needs just a little bit of maintenance to get it completely clean from wiring. I like to keep a path in here so I can get back here and work. Of course, this hole in the wall right there is where all my coax cables and network cables come in, and that goes to the box outside. And let's take a look at the other side now. Okay, the only other thing that I need to do today, accomplish, is to move my grounding system. That is one thing I'd left until the last, and I've got to get that accomplished today, but that should not take more than a couple hours. Back here is a lot more free of wires. As you can see, it's easy to walk through there where I can get to that window, open it up if I want, get some fresh air in. So that's basically my hamshack makeover. I hope it's giving you some ideas here. Well, there you have it. You've got the finished product. Things look like they're pretty much neatly in place. And hopefully this makeover will be sticking around for quite a while. Well, hopefully the benefits of this shakeup will come forth in the next few weeks, you know. I hope to achieve, by doing this, a more efficiently run hamshack. It'll look neater, a lot less cluttered, easier to maintain, keep clean. So only time will tell. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now, I know I haven't mentioned this all during the video, but if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so and clicking that like button and hitting that bell to be notified of upcoming videos. I don't normally make a practice of asking you this throughout the video, so I figured if you made it this far, maybe you might have enjoyed the video, maybe you've learned something, and hopefully you'll learn something new from some other videos I might post. So consider doing that for me. Well, that's all I have for you today, and again, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you've maybe picked up some tips or even possibly been kind of inspired to go ahead and do a makeover on your hamshack as well. Well, thanks again for watching. This is Steve, K4SRF. Till next time, have a good one.